Hi guys, today I'll be showing you how to crochet this, I forgot the name, oh my god, Pete the Cat beanie today. And yeah, let's get started. Okay guys, so the materials we need for this project are blue yarn, white felt, black felt, and also some yellow felt. I got these at Joann's. If you don't have a Joann's in your area, you can probably just get this at like your local Walmart, or literally like any like other craft store probably has felt. You can get it from this brand, I guess. And then you also need a pair of scissors, a 5mm crochet hook, and the last thing you will need is a hot glue gun or something to like attach the felt to the beanie on the the eyes and the nose. So yeah, let's get started. Okay guys, so first we're gonna start off with our blue yarn, and we're going to chain 76 or however much you need for the circumference of your head. So you can just measure your head like so, and you can do however many chains you need based off of that length. So now that I've completed my 76 chains, I'm going to slip stitch into the first chain that we did. Just like so. And after we slip stitch into the first chain, we are going to chain up 2, and then we are going to start doing half double crochets into each stitch. And I will meet you guys when I get to the last stitch. Okay, so after you finish doing half double crochets around, you're going to slip stitch into the first double crochet that you did. And now we're going to repeat that pattern for the rest of the rows until you get your desired length for the beanie. So you're going to chain 2, and then do half double crochet around, and then slip stitch, and then repeat. I'll let you guys know how many rows I do. Okay guys, so I ended up doing a total of 16 rows for the beanie. So now I'm going to, oops, undid it. So now I'm going to slip stitch, and I'm going to, we're going to do single crochets to connect this beanie together, like so. But we're just going to do single crochets connecting the beanie together like this, and I'll meet you guys when I get to the end here. Okay guys, so I finished doing my single crochets, and now I'm going to chain 1 and cut off, leaving a little bit of excess, and we will just sew it in later. And now we have the beanie part complete. Now we need to make the eyes and the I guess nose / mouth with the felt. So let's go grab that. Okay guys, so first we're going to start with the yellow felt, and we are going to make 2 ovals with our scissors. So you kind of just have to eyeball this. It's not too simple but not too hard. I'm going to fold my felt over, well actually I'm going to cut some of this, so I'm going to use about this much, and I'm going to cut that much off. so now I'm taking this. The eyes are going to be about that big, and I'm going to fold this in half, and we're kind of going to cut both of them at the same time. So like I said, we're making an oval shape. This is kind of like, not this small, but this is kind of like the shape we're going for. So this whole thing is circular, and at the end is pointy. So kind of like the shape of a lemon. Okay, so I guess we're just gonna start and hope for the best. It might be a good idea to trace this before you start doing this, how I am, just going straight for it. Oh no, okay. Okay. And now we have our two eyes, not too bad. Yeah, so try to make them a shape like this, and you should be good. Now we are going to make some triangles. Okay, so for this we're going to be using the black felt, and the triangles need to fit within this eye, so they're going to fit down the middle. So again, you kind of just have to estimate. When I cut these triangles, I just cut them on the edge like this since it's kind of already in triangle form. So I'm gonna put this over like this. See how much I need to cut off. So about right here. Obviously you don't need that much, but you kind of get the point. We will cut some of this off in a second. But now I'm going to do that with the other side. I'm just going to put this on top. And then I can just use that as a guide. Now we have two triangles. Okay, so we're going to try to cut about like this much off. So about this big, so it fits on the eye like this, kind of. Now I'm going to do the same to the other side. So now we have two black parts of the eyes, and we have to make the white triangles to go with these eyes. So again, I'm just gonna cut off from the corners. You kind of can just estimate how much you need. It's a really tiny amount because it has to fit on top of the black one. Also, every time I cut off, I'm just gonna use the previous triangle as reference. Well, this is the last triangle we're cutting. And now we just have to glue these on top of one another. Okay, I totally forgot we actually need one more white triangle for the nose. So I'm just gonna cut one off from here. Kind of just estimating. And this is how much you need. So there are a lot of ways you can attach these eyes on this nose onto the beanie. You can either sew it with a needle and thread, or you can hot glue it like how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to hot glue this down onto the beanie. So we have successfully glued on the eyes and the mouth like so. And now we're going to tuck this string in from the side. So after you kind of just sew it in like this, you can just cut off that excess. And we have completed the Pete the Cat beanie. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you will be able to create your own Pete the Cat beanie. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!